Welcome to Anecdotes for Success with Matt and Paul. Storytelling is an art form, emphasizing the value and learning that is created through personal experience. Our purpose is to share these stories and experiences with the listener. Everyone has a powerful testimony. Let's use them to level up to our best life with truth, meaning, trade-offs, and perspective.
All right, the weather has finally shifted, Matt. You can tell I've been outside. You can tell which one of us has been outside today.
If all goes well, I won't go outside at all. Too cold.
Uh, it's fun. I mean, I walk and get coffee every day, and I'm not into like cold plunges, and I don't have water to do that sort of thing. But breathing the cold air for 20, 25 minutes, I I feel is good. It doesn't really feel good at the time. It's one of those things afterwards. It's like, wow, I'm glad I did that. But
But well, usually things that are good for you are like that, right?
that's a great point,
You know, it's
Uh,
like that's
and
how it
it
generally works. You're gonna suffer a little if you want some benefit.
gives you that comparison. Like, how do you know what joy is if you've never been sad, and right, vice versa, rich,
Yeah,
poor.
yeah.
Hey, you were in class. I was blessed to have you in the classroom Monday because we're going to talk about that this morning because I didn't see them yesterday. The kids, partnering with you for something, and that's always a blessing.
Yeah,
We
it was
have we
fun.
have no
I love
we have
the
notebooks. Well, we have notebooks that the kids write down anytime they see somebody. I didn't even ask them to write anything about you when I was looking at them yesterday. They all had you in there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, the seems like I said, I don't know if I don't think I was talking to you. I was talking to some of the students. It's like I just love how engaged they always are. I think they're ready to learn. They're kind of used to things that other students are in terms of active listening, asking questions. And I think it's just because of the environment they're in. It's different from the normal classrooms. It's just as someone who's not in a lot of classrooms compared to you, of course, it's noticeably different. And I wouldn't just say, oh, the kids are um, had to go through the interview process and they meet certain requirements. I wouldn't say it's just that. I think they're I think you almost have them conditioned, or the environment conditions them a little bit differently.
Well, I was going to say it's a lot of environment. I mean, I have all good kids, right? I mean, they
Yeah.
still come in different mind shapes and sizes, but I really feel with the environment we have, any almost any kid could thrive in it. You might need lower class sizes, right? You
Yeah.
might you might go to slower pace, but people are naturally curious if you can put them in an environment to be curious.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Well
don't you
said.
don't read a book and watch a movie and take some notes and say, "Hey, wasn't that interesting?" No, it really wasn't because I could chat GPT any of that crap in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
But how does that guy on TV live the lifestyle he lives? And it doesn't mean money wise, but how's he get to go speak, or how's he get to play, or how's he start a foundation, or how do you start a business? I'm not saying go live on a yacht. That's.
Right, right. No, exactly. I think you're right. People are naturally curious. It's just got to be authentic, and it has to like you said, it has to be in an environment where it's 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 open to that, I guess. And it's always just different in your classroom. And I think the kids are very much used to having opportunities, and maybe like a lot of things, they've had opportunities not only to ask questions, but to hear other people ask interesting questions. And I think it just is their minds are turning a little bit differently than most because of the environment they're in. And because of that, it makes for some fun, interesting type interaction.
Yeah, well, and that's why I want to talk about quick today what we've been doing because we've all heard that story about the gentleman that took a red paperclip and then 14 trades later he had a house in Saskatchewan.
Paul, we haven't all heard that because I heard it from the first time from you
Uh,
Monday. I'd never heard it.
well,
I looked it up and showed my wife that when I got home.
oh, you did?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that town in Saskatchewan also has a huge red paperclip sculpture now in the park. And I don't know if the guy even lives in the house. It doesn't matter. That's not the point. Uh, so I had each kid, I gave them a green money paperclip in a notebook. And the rule is let's see what we can trade up to by the end of the year. And you can't exchange it for money. And you write down everybody you trade with. Some kids have been taking pictures with the people they trade with.
And
So
oh, that's a good idea.
you're building this book of connections in a business. And most importantly, it's you're learning that it's okay when people say no, but you're not going to get what you want unless you're passively talking about it all the time and putting it out there.
And Paul, just to back up on the original story, so this guy had a red paper clip. I don't know what the period of time was, but he took that paper clip and he traded, I think, for a pen because he went through it with me when we were having
A
lunch.
fish pen, then
A
a
fish,
doorknob.
and then a doorknob, and then et cetera, et cetera. I know there was a snowmobile that there was like a grill or something in there, and then maybe a generator and a snowmobile. He just kept trading it for almost kind of equal type value. Obviously, the people he was trading it to found more value in what he was giving than what they were giving up, right? And
Yeah.
eventually, his final trade was he he got this home. So in 14 trades from one red paper clip, he ended up with a home in like a real one. Not just like it's
Right.
this isn't a gimmick, right? This isn't like,
Right.
oh, it was a Lego home or no, like a real home. Was he was this a was this a test he was doing to see if how far he could get with it over a certain period of time? Like where did this start?
I don't know, and I should look it up. I was
Yeah.
just so intrigued by it. I'm like, well, let's do it ourselves. Because buried inside it is the lesson of compounding.
Yes.
Like, what are you going to
Yes.
get for a paperclip? I mean, that's why we use money paper clips. Who doesn't want a money paper clip for a tie or a bar at? But in the end of that paper clip story, it went at some point from like a generator to a snowmobile to a year's rent in Phoenix, Arizona,
That's right.
to a day with Alice Cooper somehow, and then a movie role. So the guy that traded the house got the movie role. And when you're trading in the business world, each of you trade because you're thinking you're getting something better than what you needed. And that's fine. And that's what target markets are all about, right? And that's what finding your niche is all about. And that's the beauty of this, because the kids are like, well, who wants a paperclip? I'm telling you. And then there's probably a little mix of I want to be part of this story too. So
At,
so
at
I
the
will
be-
trade. And
at the
that's okay.
beginning, at the
Yeah.
beginning, but nobody trades a movie role or a home because they want to be part of the story. You know what I mean?
I haven't told you. So I traded for a pen at lunch because you ate lunch with us.
Yep.
Then that night at the tap house, I'm talking to a manager of a ski resort, and she was going to give me 2 day passes because she loves blue ink pens and she doesn't find them a lot. But she didn't know if it would transfer to the next person.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay.
So, guy's listening to the story, and he runs out to his truck and gives me this nice 25-foot tape measure. So, in 2 trades, I've gone from paper clip to tape measure. I took the day out. I mean, I just didn't have time yesterday, but that's the other thing. I still talked about it to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Uh, I'm having fun with it. We'll see what happens. I don't know if kids start bringing crap in their garage that takes up space, I might get a phone call or two. But
Well,
like,
the point of your lesson here is well, there's several points is the beauty of it, but just one is from my perspective, my opinion is everything's about value. Everything's about giving value. And we talked about it not related to this paperclip, but we talked about it just in terms of business when I was in with your classes, at least with one of them, that, every day, alls I do as a business owner, alls I do as an entrepreneur is provide support and value to my team, right? So they and my customers and that like, I got into the whole, if I was the greediest person in the world, what would I do? And the answer is I'd take care of my employees and my customers because that's what gives me the value I want if I was that person. Um, I'm not, but I still that's what I have to do because that's what makes my business succeed, right? But this is like you said, paperclip. Who cares? Well, someone will throw you a pen or like you said, a tie or what. You got a couple trades, and maybe there's a little bit of oh, this is kind of cute, fun, da da da. Well, you start getting a generator, and like the other guy in the red paperclip story. He's got a, you got a generator, you got something to work with. And then I think it went to a snowmobile from there. I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a used snowmobile or whatever. And but somebody needed a generator and had a snowmobile they weren't using, would be my guess.
Yeah.
And but those are exchanges of value, and those things, those are the lessons to me. And I think they're just such great lessons.
Well, but you have to meet people to do that. Years ago when
Yes.
I had the golf green in my backyard when I brought in 18 tons of dirt and sand, I had a riding lawnmower with a something wrong with the engine. The mechanic at the golf course had this old ratty two-cycle Jacobson reel mower, but he didn't have a green. So we traded, and everybody thought he was crazy, but he fixed the lawnmower for pennies on the dollar and then
Yeah.
made a profit.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
got rid of that piece of junk greens mower he didn't want.
Right. He didn't want. Yeah. And
And I
then,
couldn't have fixed that mower if you showed me. So that's what win-wins are about.
yeah, no doubt. And that's, I love that lesson. And like you said, and then you come out of it and you've got, your little book you're showing there. You've got your book full of people you've done business with, right?
Yep.
When you make it a trade, you're doing business with people. Doing business is as simple as that is I have something that you value more than what you have, or you wouldn't make the trade. That's why I get it, not to get into a bunch of things, but I could get into a bunch of things like I'm giving you my time, you give me money. You know what I mean? Like I had a guy, we had a guy here yesterday doing landscaping. He was trading his time and his expertise in this landscaping, and we were giving him money in return. That's the trade. Though
Yep.
it's as simple as that. You build relationships that way, right? Now you have a what's a beginning of a network book, and that's that in many ways is the long-term true value.
That's what I'll keep you posted on this. Maybe at some point we'll have a couple students on because
Oh,
Lord knows what they're going to come up with.
yeah,
They were
let's
all
circle
excited.
back.
You talk about bell ringers and early class activities. That's what we spent the last 2 days, the first 10 minutes of class on. Everybody voluntarily talking, participating, and sharing out either what they've done or what they almost did or what they didn't do. And that's all okay. There's no winner really here.
Yeah, yeah,
You're all winning if you
yeah,
play the game.
yeah. That's
That
like,
might be a Taylor Swift song too. I don't know, but
I was gonna say that's like a perfect um way to put it for life. Maybe Taylor Swift's better than it, and a better way to a better it's a better song than it. But really, I mean, I think that's a really good point. Like when you're everyone wins when you play the game of life, and life is a game. It's a game of trading value. It's a game of relationships. It really, I mean, it's a serious one, but it's truly a game. Everyone, if you play within the rules together, it becomes a fun game. But we should bring on a couple students because they
well,
have till June, right, to do this.
yeah, yeah. And I don't know, I don't want them stopping after three trades because they like what they have.
Right,
You
right.
know, we'll probably call a timeout, and maybe they have to have at least 10 trades or I don't know. But right now there doesn't need see teachers in regular school always want to have rules and parameters and boundaries. Like there's none right now. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing illegal, right? Uh,
Okay,
no
fair.
money. But other than that, why don't we just let them take it?
Let it
And
rip.
there's no quiz on what was Johnny's third trade, Patty. Write that down. Okay,
Yeah.
you failed. What did I fail? I didn't fail anything.
Right. The no, it'd be cool to have someone, let's say in a month from now, and then kind of maybe 2 months later, have them on quickly again and see how their experience is again. One of the more active people, and then at the end, just to see where it ends up and what the journey's been like for them, because there's a number of things to touch on, not just the trades, but also the network they're building.
Awesome. All right. Also, I'll text you off air. I had a lady that I haven't spoke to in a long time randomly just send me a book of a friend of hers that she wrote about excellence and leadership. I'll take a picture of it.
Oh,
Like
cool.
just to be thought of when everybody's so busy. When someone takes time out of their day to do something for you, I think that should be, you know, something to think about. Like just to be thought of when some everybody's so busy when someone takes time out of their day to do something for you, I think that should be, you know, something to think about. Like just to be thought of when someone takes time out of their day to do something for you, I think that should be you should make it well aware that they did a nice thing for you.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, the older I get, the more I try to let people know what I think about them and that I'm
Is that
thinking
good or
about
bad? No.
them. Generally good.
Right.
Always good actually. Otherwise, wouldn't say it. But that is nice. And it goes back to your network, right? You
Yeah.
build networks of people.
Trying. All right, man. Until next time.
All right, sounds
All right,
good.
sounds good. Bye.